Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about one of Yo Gotti's artists by the name of Big Boogie. Now, we've done stories about Big Boogie before. He got arrested last year with like 25 other people, man. It was like some roadside type of incident or something like that. And his name has been brought up in a lot of situations that go and take place in Memphis, man. Him being one of Yo Gotti's artists, it makes it interesting, his interactions throughout the industry. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's clear lines that are drawn within the industry, and being a CMG artist isn't a bad thing. I think they got the industry open wide up, man, because Yo Gotti, he's got a big presence. He's got a presence on the East Coast with like Rock Nation and all that. He's got a presence everywhere. He's well liked, and he's got a lot of power. But Big Boogie's name keeps getting thrown into some controversy, man. And this time, it looks like there was a shooting at a concert he was having in Dallas. And some people lost their life, man. This is a wild story to say the least. But before we get to the clips and talk about the specifics of what happened, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, man, let's talk about this story about this Big Boogie concert in Dallas, man. Now, it looks like they were having some type of event. It's like an annual event where people go out there to have a good time, and they're allowed to bring horses and ATVs and all sorts of stuff, man. An interesting place, man. And it ends the night with a concert. And one of the acts, or I think the headlining act, was Big Boogie. So whoever put this together, it's an interesting event. It's usually low attendance, but they said this year the attendance was through the roof, and maybe that might have been part of what led to the problems, right? Too many people in one spot. Now, in this local ABC News affiliate story from Dallas, they say this in the headline. It says 16 people injured and 1 killed in shooting at Saturday night concert in southern Dallas, according to police. Now, in a video, they talk about, the investigation after the fact and what went down. And I want to just play a clip of this so you guys can get an idea before I get to reading this as well.
Yeah, Mark, no arrests made at this point. Police here at Dallas Police Headquarters, they are still piecing together what exactly led up to this shooting. Right now, detectives are working a motive, and they're also developing suspect information. Police say that someone started shooting just after midnight Sunday at the second annual Epic Easter Bike Out and Field Party. 1 person is dead, 11 others are hurt, including 3 juveniles. At last check, 1 person is in critical condition.
Now, as you heard in that report, man, there were people who started shooting, and then it ended up having a lot of casualties in this shooting, man. Like, a lot of people got hit, man. And 1 person is still in critical condition, and another person lost their life. Now, in the story, it says that 16 people were injured and 1 person was killed in a Saturday night shooting during a trail ride and concert in southern Dallas, the police officials have said. Now, Police Chief Eddie Garcia on Monday gave an update account on how many people were taken to the hospital with gunshot wounds, an increase from 11 victims reported on Sunday to 16 people, you know what I mean? So it looks like they were able to evaluate everything and see how many people were actually injured. And obviously, sad enough, man, 1 person lost their life, man. RIP to him or her or whoever it was, you know what I mean? Now, Garcia, who's the chief of police, also confirmed that 7 off-duty Dallas police officers were working security at the event, but left about an hour before the shooting, which happened shortly after midnight. So it seemed like they might have planned this out, whoever carried out this shooting, because they waited until after the security left to start shooting. I mean, once the security leaves the spot, I'm leaving the spot, dog. I'm not hanging around anywhere where there ain't no security. There ain't nobody watching the doors. There ain't nobody watching none of that, man. It's too crazy out here, you know what I mean? Now, Garcia also said the officers were approved for the off-duty work, but should not have been approved due to issues with the event not having proper city permits. So it looks like somebody might get in trouble for them not having the proper permits to have the event in the first place. Now, Dallas police officers said they responded to a shooting call at 5050 Cleveland Road in southern Dallas at approximately 12:13 a.m. on Sunday. So that was early Sunday morning this took place, man. So the shooting, the concert and event happened Saturday, and now, they're getting their numbers together, and this is what they got coming out of the weekend. Now, upon arriving at the scene, police said they found a 26-year-old man identified as Keelan Dejon Gilmore lying near a stage with a gunshot wound to his head. Police said Gilmore was pronounced dead at the scene. So it looks like that's the guy who lost his life. This Kaylon, I hate to mispronounce his name, but it looks like Keelan Gilmore. You know what I'm saying? And rest in peace to that dude, man. That's tough, man. Now, police described Gilmore's death as a homicide. Police also said that an additional 11 victims of the shooting, including 3 juveniles, were transported to an area hospital by either ambulance or private vehicle. According to the police, one of those victims was in critical condition as of late Sunday morning, while the remaining victims were in stable condition. So it looks like one person is fighting for their life out here still behind this foolishness at this event. Now let's continue on to this part right here. Now it says the police chief said in Monday's news conference, he said detectives were still trying to investigate the shooting and that no suspects have been arrested. Garcia also said police officials are looking into why officers were approved to work an event with permitting issues. So it looks like somebody's going to get in trouble on the back end if they don't have those permits to produce, man. But that's a whole nother story. You know what I'm saying? Now, the event should not have been allowed in the first place, Garcia said. And that goes back to those permits. So whoever threw this event, you know, hopefully they can pull them out of somewhere. Now, Garcia, who's the police chief, also said he's hoping to work with city officials on possibly creating an ordinance related to the event promoters to prevent a situation that happened this weekend with an unpermitted event. So this is tough, man. So it looks like they're saying they allegedly went and skirted some of the permits, didn't do what they were supposed to do, and that might have led to some of the problems at the event anyway. You know what I mean? Now, witnesses spoke with the news, and they said that as many as 2,000 people were in attendance at the open-air event, which was billed at as the second annual Epic Easter Bike Out and Field Party. So that's an interesting event, man. Something different, change it up. You know, not always like a concert venue or something like that. Now, this is the part where they talk about Big Boogie. They say the event was to be headlined by Memphis rapper Big Boogie, according to a post on the performer's Instagram page. The shooting occurred before he arrived at the venue. So it looks like the fact that Big Boogie was the headliner, that might have brought out the huge crowd. Because one of the ladies who was interviewed, and I watched her interview, she said it was way more people than they had expected. Like 2,000 people. I'm not even sure if they were prepared for that sort of showing. You know what I mean? But, you know, him putting the post out there, that probably helped boost the attendance. And they said it might have also been a lot of out-of-towners then. But isn't this crazy? Because Yo Gotti just had a concert in Alabama that got shot up as well. And Big Boogie, prior to him even getting to the stage, his concert gets shot up, man. Now, this doesn't mean that any of these things are connected or interrelated. It just goes to show that, man, it is wild out there for real, man. And one of the ladies commented on that. She talked about the fact like it seems like, man, you can't go anywhere and have just some fun anymore. It's wild, man. Now, the story goes on to talk about the ordinance that might have been broken and all the out-of-towners and stuff that came in there and them breaking capacity. But regardless of that, man, this is a tragedy again because somebody lost their life, man. They got shot in the head at a concert, at an open-air event where everybody's supposed to be having fun, man. It's ridiculous. But with that, what do you guys think about this story, man? Do you think this is just another thing that just happens in rap all the time? There's always shootings at concerts. I mean, not even just rap. There's other concerts that they have big brawls and fights and stuff. It's just not as many shootings and stuff like that, you know? Even though I seen a story about something that happened like in Sacramento as well, man. It's wild, man. Wow. Okay, now with that, what do you guys think about this story? Should Big Boogie be worried about this? You know, especially with this happening so close to the Yo Gotti shooting at a concert, or do you think this is probably not related at all? Now with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.